Alright, as you can see here, the wax is almost melted, so we're going to go ahead and go to the next step, Jensen. Alright, so we're going to leave that there for a second. We're going to go back over to the carton container here, and we've noticed that the wick here is kind of just lazily laying against the side. So we're going to fix that here. We're going to go ahead and cut two little slits on both sides, Jensen, of the container using the scissors, and then kind of fold it back a little bit. And we're going to put the pencil in there, and we're going to wrap the wick around the pencil and tape it there so it's basically centered into the carton. Now, Jensen, if you had issues with your hands, do you think you'd be able to use the scissors like that? Or, I mean, things like that?
No.
No? Okay. So we're going to put the pencil there, and then we're going to kind of wrap the wick around the pencil, and then kind of tape it in place. Just kind of make sure that it's roughly centered there, and you can just kind of tape it to the pencil. Really cool. So check my wax a little bit here. Wax is almost done. All right, since we have some downtime here, we can probably clean up the work area a little bit and just throw some stuff away, like the you can throw that away, and the crayons in the bowl over yonder. Throw that in the trash over here. Cool. All right. Next step, Jensen. Since the wax is pretty much all melted, we're going to go into the freezer and get the ice out, and then put the ice. And then try to get the biggest ice cubes that you have there in there and kind of just fill it up about 2/3 of the way up, not touching the pencil. Probably a little smaller than that, doesn't it?
It's a big ice cube.
Oh, not that big. So, yeah, are you having fun at all, Jensen, doing this activity? I mean, is this something that you'd consider doing in your free time, maybe?
Not really, not into crafts.
Not like that? That's fair. You see how this could help work on your, maybe if you had some problem with your grip or sequencing. I mean, you're doing a lot of step-by-steps and identifying materials. You see how that could benefit you, though?
Well, yes and no if you had issues. If you don't have any issues, then it's not really helping you besides just working, exercising.
Yeah, that's fair. Yeah, that should be enough ice.
It's enough ice.
Yeah, it's enough ice. Just make sure that the wick is centered there. It looks like it kind of went off to the side somehow. Cool. Okay. Really cool. All right, so pretty much done with almost everything here at this point. The only thing we haven't used yet is the thumbtack, which will come into play in a second. And the wax is pretty much all melted. We can probably get rid of that one little blob that's not melted. I'm just gonna probably put it on the towel or throw it in the trash, it's fine. All right, so just the next step here is we're going to pour the wax into the container very carefully. So use a little towel we have over here to use, perfect. And we'll take that and make very carefully, we're gonna pour it into the container. Very good. And perfect, just perfect amount of wax. Wonderful. All right, we're gonna put that onto the towel, the container there, and let that sit for a few minutes. We're gonna let that harden up. And then in about a couple minutes, once this wax in the container hardens up, we're going to use the thumbtack to puncture and release some of the water pressure that's being built up from the melting water that's going to create the caverns like the finished candle that we have right here. Really cool.